welcome back to our channel. So today I'm just gonna kind of take you around. We have a really busy couple of days, and so I thought that I would just take the camera around and show you what it's kind of like to juggle all of that with 5 kids. We have field trips coming up. I have a disgusting house. That's kind of always. We have a field trip, and then we have lots of sporting games and things like that. So, and then our normal life on top of all that. So I thought I would just take the camera around and show you what like a little bit of this week is going to be like. So let's get right into it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Is your smoothie good, Ash? Yeah. What about yours, Chris? Is it tasty? Good. Put them on top of the dryer and I'll sew them.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. How's your smoothie?
Good.
Good stuff. Thank you for getting dressed. What are you doing, Allie? You know we gotta leave in 10 minutes. Are you sure you don't want anything to eat this morning? Okay. It is my job to feed you breakfast. I'll make sure you have a snack in your book bag, okay? Good morning. So it's about 8 o'clock now. I just got the kids taken to school. This morning was not our best morning. Everybody seemed a little cranky. So that's not good. Hopefully their day turns. This morning, Allie was in a bad mood. She didn't want to eat breakfast, so. And then one of the bigs accidentally, on purpose-ish, I don't know, made somebody cry with their sleeve in the eye. It was a whole thing. And I had to pull over on our very short drive to school because people were arguing. So, you know, not our best morning. It's 8 o'clock and I'm just now pouring my first cup of coffee. So that it's always also fun. That makes mom so happy and so patient, right? So hopefully we have a better day. But we shall see. Okay, before I forget, Ashley just got a new high chair. I feel like sometimes high chairs are something that you can't. I feel like high chairs are almost something that unless you invest in a really expensive one, I never have, so I could even be wrong. I feel like for the most part, excuse me, you almost need a new one of those per child. They get really gross. I feel like sometimes people who design them probably have never seen a toddler eat, because our old one, there was so many like little nooks and crannies that you literally had to like get a toothpick out to so anyway, Ashley needed a high chair with straps because she was standing up in hers, and we have a hard floor in here, and I have my back to her a lot in the kitchen, so she needed to not be standing up. So we got her a new high chair, and it was on sale at Walmart. I will link it below, but you gotta watch because some of the patterns are more expensive than others, and we lucked out and got a really, really good deal on this one because I assume because it's a pink pattern, I don't know. It's a girl, so she's a girl, so I mean, obviously it works out, but I'm cheap, and if this was the cheapest one I could get, I would still have used it for way. I don't care about stuff like that. But so anyway, this high chair is really cool. It folds up. And this cool thing snaps off of the tray. And that, I mean, it's all dishwasher safe. But one of the coolest things is that this part goes up and down. Like, I can't do it with one hand, but it's really neat. I'll link it below. Because we're really happy with it, and it folds up, so it's gonna fit right over here perfectly. As you see my kitchen, it's the size of a shoebox, and there's a lot of us, so the fact that it folds up is really nice. Our old one did not fold up. I was trying to be cheap, and when I bought the other one for Chris, I wanted the one that we have now, but it was like way out of our price range, and so I was so excited when this one was totally in our price range this time. So hopefully this is the last high chair I ever buy. You never know. I've gotten rid of a lot of them because they get gross, and like they get food in little nooks and crannies, and you just can't get it out. So I think that the people who invent high chairs sometimes have never seen a kid eat because yuck. Anyway. So I've had this box of stuff that I need to sew for months. And so now I just decided, Ashley was busy, Chris was playing in some water in the bathroom sink, so I just started sewing them. This is a brand new coat that my mom got for Chris for next school year, and one of the kids ripped the tag off of it instead of cutting it, and they put a hole in the armpit where the tag was. So I was just sewing up the seam. Not perfect. I am not a seamstress by any means, but it'll do the job. I don't know about you, but I just put things away thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get to that, I'll sew that. And then it takes me months, like, to actually get the sewing box out and sew it. I have straight pins in there. I have so many things that I'm just like, fear the kids spilling it, that I don't let myself get it out unless I have quite a stack and some time to get it all finished. Now, these are Cole's favorite pants. If you know Cole well, you know that he is very particular about his clothes and the way that they fit, and he has like 4 favorite things and he wears them all the time. And these were his very favorite pants, and they are starting to get a hole, you know, where you have your legs rubbed together. I have this problem with my pants all the time. And so he was having a conniption this morning when he took them off that they desperately needed to be sewed. So I wanted to get that done before he got home from school so I could get them washed. And so that way he could wear them again. Well, here comes Ashley. She was probably standing at the gate yelling. She does that all the time. So then we have to just put everything away just in case she gets out of her high chair. I do not want her spilling my sewing basket. She's 90% of the reason that it took me forever to actually sit down and get this stuff sewed. Been one of the laziest days ever. She took an early nap. Chris is still naked from his bath earlier today. He likes to lay around wrapped up in towels and blankets. You're only little once and can only do that once, so I don't even care. Yeah, he's not up running around. He's wrapped up in a towel and blankets, and he is laying in the bed watching his tablet. I think he needed a down day. So, what are we watching, Ash? Jessie? Yeah. And Ashley needs a snack. So that's what we're going to do. And I can't find a hair tie to save my life. I tossed mine last night because Ashley put it in her mouth and I heard it hit something. It's somewhere in my bedroom, like around my bed, but I can't find it. Why is this not working? There we go. Okay, we're gonna watch Jessie this morning. Lava. What you want to eat for your morning snack, Ash? Mm. Cheese? Mm. Oh, you want a juice? Yeah, these are not the healthiest. So I'm not super thrilled that Daddy bought these, but once in a while they won't kill you, huh? This is what happens when your husband goes to the store with your kids. They buy all the things that they're not supposed to buy. So gross. Since we already had a nap, we're just gonna treat this like lunchtime. And we're gonna warm up some spaghetti I brought home from work yesterday. I am trying really hard to go to all glass storage containers, and this is one of the Anchor ones, and I got a 2-pack of these from Walmart for like $6.99. So that's awesome that the price is coming down on those, makes them more affordable. David microwaves his lunch. Woo! This lid is stuck on there. David microwaves his lunch every day at work, and he will just, microwave it in plastic or whatever his food is in. So as the plastic ones get thrown away, I am trying really hard to replace them. But, glass containers are not super cheap. But we have quite the collection now. I saw that. Mic drop there. Yeah, that's gross. Let's clean that up. Alright, mental note. No more of these for Ash. No. Ash is that fat. No. Oh, wait, I forgot this just comes off. Cool. I go, Ash. No, we're not. No. Ashley spilled the juice all over her tray. Like a full juice barrel. Hold on. Watch your hands. Oops. Helps if I put it back on there the right way, huh? No more juice for Ash. That's bad. You don't do that. That's why you have cups with a lid. The doctor at her 18 months appointment was like, I'm giving her stuff without a lid. Let's try it. I hope she sees this one and be like, this is why this child doesn't use a cup without a lid. She did really good though this morning with her smoothie, as you all have already seen. She did great with her smoothie, but I will attest, this green juice barrel was disgusting. It was gross. Let's try water. So here I am talking to my grandma on the phone and warming up some lunch for Miss Ashley. She was having leftover spaghetti that I had brought home from work the day before. I love their spaghetti for my work because it has the curly noodles and it is so much easier for her to eat than the long noodles. I have tried making it this way at home. David and Allie and Ashley really, really love spaghetti, and so does Chris. But my husband, who will eat anything that is super burnt to a crisp, does not like spaghetti with a different shape of noodle than he is used to, which really just shocked me to death that he didn't like it. So we froze that and the kids will eat that eventually. But anyways, I was just surprised because he would eat dirt, but he is picky about his spaghetti. Chris also decided to join us, and he really likes the spaghetti from my work too. He kept asking where the meatballs were, and there was none. But there was meat in the sauce that I brought home. It just wasn't in meatball form, so I kept having to tell him we had to cut them up so that none of the kids at my work joked, which he accepted that answer. You know how kids are. Sometimes you have to get kind of inventive to answer their questions so that they will just eat some things that they probably wouldn't normally eat. So that's what we're doing here. Chris has a love-hate relationship with carrots. He really likes them some days, and then other days it's just like, why on earth are you trying to feed me this, lady? And today was one of the days where he was not too sure why I was trying to feed him carrots. And Ashley loves cooked carrots, and on certain days she does like raw carrots too if they are small enough. Otherwise, I'm just afraid she's gonna choke. Um, but she does pretty well. She has a lot of teeth. I think I've said that before. She has molars. She's got all the things. So I feel like this day my kids ate a whole ton because this is right before we. No, this is lunch, excuse me, and I am getting ready to finish my very last sewing project. Is this shirt that used to be David's, and Adam has inherited it. I think it's like a dirt bike shirt, like a dirt bike racing shirt. Anyways, Adam has been patiently waiting for this shirt for months, and I think we both forgot about it. I keep my sewing box on top of the dryer, and then there's a little box that I keep on top of that has like the stain, like a stain stick, and like just some other random things, and all the change that I find in the pockets of people's pants or in the dryer. Anyways, we just kind of forgot that this shirt was in this basket. And I hadn't had an opportunity to get it out. Well, this day I finally got all the things that were on my list to sew fixed, and he was happy. He has worn this like 3 times since then. Every time it's clean, he had this on, and so it has been through the mill. Like I said, it used to be David's, and now it is Adam's, and I think it's really cool that he likes to wear David's old shirts and stuff. I just think that's very neat. So I finally got this thing sewed for him, and he was quite happy when he came home from school and it was sewed. And so I'm answering all of Chris's questions about sewing. He asks me so many things, and he always wants to turn my needles into fish hooks. He is obsessed with fishing. He has fishing on the brain all the time. He wants to buy all the fishing lures, and he thinks that when he looks at them on Amazon, if he clicks on it, then it's coming. The big brown truck is going to pull in the driveway, and it's going to bring him these fishing lures, because that was kind of what happened for his birthday. He picked out all these fishing lures, and then, he got them for his birthday. So now that that's not how it's happening after his birthday, he's a little disappointed, and he does not know why the Amazon guy is not bringing him back all these lures. Thank goodness for passwords, otherwise he would probably be buying lots of things on there that we don't need and that he doesn't need either. They had a couple powdered sugar donuts that they had talked their dad into the day before when I was at work, and he took them to the grocery store, which I'm super impressed by. A couple kids ago, he would have never attempted that, but now he does, and I'm super proud of him, and it's awesome. So they're just finishing up their last couple of donuts. Everybody likes a sweet treat after they eat their food, and everybody did a great job finishing their spaghetti, so they definitely deserve their sweet treat. Do you guys do sweet treats after your meals? We don't after every single meal. Usually we skip the sweet treat after a lunch, but that is something that is a big deal here. People will clean their plates for a bowl of ice cream or something like that. It's usually never something crazy, but we do try to have at least a sweet treat after dinner every single night. Now Chris is looking through my sewing box. This is one reason why I don't get it out. I have like this fear of my straight pins getting spilled and then somebody stepping on one and it going through their foot, and like, I don't know. I just, at this stage of life, it is super hard for me to get my sewing box out and to sew things, which sucks because so many things need sewed. I don't know how that works. I am horrible with that. But anyways, we're just finishing up lunch here, and then I'm going to take a quick shower and actually straighten my hair, because the next day I was taking Cole on a field trip, and I knew that I wouldn't have time to take a shower and do all that stuff before the field trip. That's always when chaos happens, and then you end up looking homeless. And that was just not a scene that I wanted to do. So this new high chair is awesome. I haven't taken the pad off yet. That's the one thing I don't love about this, is that it does have the fabric seat cover that you have to wash and dry. And our old high chair, that was like the only thing that I did like about that high chair, was that the pad, the seat covers were like almost silicone, and so you could just wipe it off, and then it was air dried by the time, she needed another snack or something like that. So that is the only thing that I don't love about this new high chair. But like I said, it folds up super nice. This little thing it has little hooks for the tray, and it folds up and it just slides into that little spot. It is so amazing, such a space saver. It isn't very convenient though when I'm trying to unfold it one-handed. I will say that during the day when it is just me and the smalls here, I do just leave it out in the kitchen. Because it's easier than me trying to hold her and undo it and all of that. So now I'm just sweeping up all the crumbs and things like that. I think at this time we had like 30 minutes before we had to go get in line to get the bigs from school. And I find that in that 30 minutes, I can get more accomplished when I'm trying really hard to be fast than I can get accomplished in the entire day. But on this day, I did manage to shower and blow dry my hair, which happens like twice a year, and then straighten it. So that in itself was just a miracle. Usually I never ever blow dry my hair. I seriously, not even, all joking aside, probably blow dry my hair like 5 times a year at the most. Like, I'm not even kidding. And then I even straightened it this day, so that was a miracle. And so now I'm just gonna hurry up and try to load the dishwasher. Ashley's in the high chair coloring. Doing the dishes, like loading and unloading the dishwasher, is one thing that I cannot do while she is awake. She tries to help me, which is never a good idea, with the dishwasher. There are a lot of hands unloading and reloading it. So sometimes there's knives, and well, usually there's always knives in there. Sometimes it's just butter knives, but there's always forks and things like that in there. And so that's just one of those things that I have to do while she is contained. Be it doing coloring or eating. Usually it's eating. She's hardly ever asleep when I do the dishes, though. And I feel like dishes is one of those things that is absolutely never ending. We seriously run the dishwasher at the very least twice a day. On the weekends, we absolutely do it 3 times a day. Sometimes it's not completely full, but it's like 80% full, and we're going to need that stuff for the next meal. So probably all summer, I don't know, last summer we used a lot of paper plates, which I know is a waste of money and it's bad for the environment and yada yada yada, but it's good for mama's sanity. So I'm thinking before school gets out, I will probably hit up Sam's Club with my mom and get a whole bunch of paper plates and more napkins. And so I'm not doing dishes 3 times a day every single day all summer long, because that is for the birds. The kids do help unload the dishwasher, and they can load the dishwasher, but it doesn't always end up the greatest. So usually one of them unloads it, and then I reload it, and they just keep Ashley in the other room while I'm trying to reload it because she's a psycho. So here they're having another snack because we eat all the time at our house. This is just kind of like bridging the gap between lunch and dinner and keeping them happy while we I think there was like 20 minutes before we had to go get in line for school pickup. And so I like to make sure that they are very full and happy before we get in that line, especially if it's a day that they didn't take a nap, because then they will absolutely fall asleep in the car. And I am not too sure what is continuously happening with our audio, but for some reason, sometimes with the camera, it doesn't work. We have a mic that we use, and so I don't know if it's that or not, but Cole is double checking to make sure we have 2 crawdads still in our tank, because one did get out and we found it on the carpet and then we kind of lost the other one, but it ended up just being in one of our houses. So now Cole periodically checks to make sure that both of the crawdads that we still have are still in here and haven't crawled up the filter and are just like roaming around my house, and I'm going to find them all shriveled up, dead, and stinky. We don't want that. So he is just checking to make sure that both of the crawdads are still in here and making a huge mess. But he is our crawdad guy. So this is the next day, and this is a field trip that I got to go on with Cole. David went on this a couple years ago when Adam's class went to it. It's just kind of like a reenactment thing of what life was like where we live in the 1800s. And it's really cool. They do a really great job. Definitely one of the best field trips that I have ever been on.
It's always what I get questions about, the rum and the wine. Alcohol is a part of being in the Army at this time in history, right? At the end of every day, every enlisted man stands in a big old line, and the sergeant walks down the line and gives each one of them 1 gill of whiskey or rum. Great question. A gill is the equivalent of 4 modern shots of alcohol. So it is a hefty portion of alcohol every day. The officers, on the other hand, would be drinking wine, and that is not at all regulated. They can drink as much of it as they want, whenever they want, to whatever excess they choose. So yeah, alcohol was definitely a part of military life.
This was hands down my favorite field trip that I have ever been on. His teacher did a really good job. This was for Cole's class. He's in 4th grade. We went to like a historic fort where we live, and then we walked to like a historical little hot dog restaurant, and then we went to the history museum in like, you know, the closest major city to us, and the kids thought it was great. We were walking downtown. The day was beautiful. It was really fun. This, like I said, was the best field trip that I have ever been on. I know that Cole had a really good time. We had a really good group of his really good friends, and so they had fun driving in the van with the windows open and, you know, all the things. My favorite part of this museum was the Native American exhibit. I think it's so cool, all the things that they made out of tools. This was a super busy day. We had to pack dinners up and head to soccer. Allie had softball, and the boys had soccer, so we tag team. David does softball, I do soccer. So that is going to be it for today. It has been a very busy week, and we have another very busy week next week with more field trips and sporting events, and they're making up games from when it rained. So it's going to be a very busy couple of weeks, and I am going to still try to get 2 videos out a week, but I don't see that happening until school gets out. But we will definitely be getting 1 out a week until school gets out, and we can go on more adventures and have more content for you guys. So as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe so we can keep doing these videos for you. Have a great day. Bye.